What if a single book could contain the secrets of heaven and hell, penned by a hand guided by forces beyond mortal comprehension? In the shadowed annals of history, one tome stands apart, its very name whispered with awe and dread: the Codex Gigas, the giant book, rumored to have been crafted under the influence of the Prince of Darkness himself. Imagine a manuscript so vast, so intricate, that its creation defies logic, a relic that holds within its pages the weight of ancient wisdom and the chill of forbidden knowledge. This is no ordinary book. It is a portal to mysteries that have haunted scholars, mystics, and seekers for centuries. Welcome to a journey into the heart of the Codex Gigas, a 13th century manuscript cloaked in enigma, its origins steeped in tales of a monk's desperate pact with the devil. In this video, we will unravel the secrets of this colossal tome, exploring its historical roots, its esoteric significance, and the unsettling truths it may conceal. From the cryptic legends surrounding its creation to the profound teachings encoded within its pages, we'll venture beyond the surface to uncover what makes this book a cornerstone of occult lore. Why does the Codex Gigas fascinate us? What does it reveal about the eternal dance between light and shadow, knowledge and mystery? We'll delve into the historical context of this medieval masterpiece, examine its philosophical weight in the realm of esoteric wisdom, and break down the core mysteries that have made it infamous. Along the way, we'll offer practical insights to help you connect to the deeper truths this book represents. Prepare to step into a world where the boundaries between the divine and the diabolical blur, where every page whispers secrets that challenge the soul. Let us begin this exploration of the Codex Gigas, the book said to be written by Satan himself. The Codex Gigas is not merely a book. It is a labyrinth of meaning, a vessel where sacred wisdom and forbidden knowledge intertwine like vines in a darkened forest. To grasp its essence, we must first peel back the layers of its creation and content, exploring the core concepts that make this manuscript a cornerstone of esoteric lore. Why does a single book, penned in a medieval monastery, continue to captivate imaginations? What truths does it hold, and what shadows does it cast? Let us step into its pages, where the divine and the diabolical dance in uneasy harmony. At its heart, the Codex Gigas is a compendium of knowledge, a snapshot of the medieval mind's attempt to encapsulate the cosmos. Its contents are as vast as its physical form: the complete Latin Vulgate Bible, Josephus's Antiquities of the Jews, Isidore of Seville's etymologies, medical treatises, a calendar, and even incantations to banish evil spirits. This diversity is no accident. It reflects the medieval belief that all knowledge, sacred, historical, scientific, and mystical, was interconnected, a single thread in the tapestry of divine creation. Yet the Codex's most infamous feature, the full-page portrait of the devil, disrupts this harmony. This image, stark and unsettling, depicts a horned figure with clawed feet, its eyes piercing the viewer, as if guarding a secret. Why include such an image in a sacred text? The answer lies in the esoteric principle of duality. To know the light, one must confront the shadow. The legend of the Codex's creation deepens this mystery. According to lore, a monk named Herman the Recluse, facing execution for breaking his vows, vowed to create a book containing all human knowledge in a single mite to earn his redemption. Such a feat was impossible, unless aided by a supernatural force. The tale claims Satan himself answered the monk's plea, guiding his hand to complete the manuscript. This story, while likely apocryphal, serves as a potent metaphor. The Codex Gigas embodies the tension between human ambition and divine limits, a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge can lead to perilous bargains. Like Icarus soaring too close to the sun, the monk's story warns of the dangers of overreaching. Yet it also celebrates the audacity to seek the infinite. To make this accessible, consider the Codex as a mirror of the human soul. Each of us harbors a desire to know more, to transcend our limitations. The monk's pact is not so different from our own moments of desperation, when we push beyond reason, seeking answers in places we might fear to tread. The devil's portrait, then, is not merely a depiction of evil, but a symbol of temptation, the seductive pull of forbidden knowledge. In esoteric traditions, such as those of the Gnostics or alchemists, this duality is central. Truth is found not by avoiding darkness, but by understanding it. The Codex invites us to confront this paradox within ourselves. Practically, the Codex Gigas offers a lesson in balance. Its pages teach us that knowledge, like fire, can illuminate or destroy. To engage with its wisdom, try this. Set aside a moment each day to reflect on a question that troubles you deeply. Write it down, then meditate on it, not seeking an immediate answer, but allowing the question to guide you. Like the monk scribbling in the dark, you may find clarity emerges from the tension between seeking and surrender. This practice roots you in the Codex's essence, a relentless pursuit of truth tempered by reverence for the unknown. As we close the heavy pages of the Codex Gigas, we stand at the threshold of a mystery that has whispered through the centuries. This giant book, with its sacred texts, arcane knowledge, and haunting image of the devil, is more than a medieval relic. It is a mirror reflecting our eternal hunger for truth and the shadows we must face to claim it. From the legend of a monk's desperate pact to the manuscript's monumental scope, the Codex Gigas weaves a tale of light and darkness, wisdom and temptation, inviting us to explore the boundaries of our own souls. We've journeyed through its historical roots, born in a 13th century monastery where faith and fear intertwined. We've uncovered its philosophical weight, a testament to the esoteric dance between divine order and forbidden curiosity. We've delved into its core mysteries, the duality of its contents, the enigma of its missing pages, and the paradox of its creation story, revealing a text that challenges us to integrate our own contradictions. The Codex is not just a book, but a living question. What price are we willing to pay for knowledge? How do we balance the pursuit of truth with reverence for the unknown? Practically, the Codex offers us tools to navigate this quest. Reflect on a question that stirs your soul, journal its depths, and act with intention as the monk did in his relentless task. Embrace the tension between seeking and surrender, knowing that wisdom often lies in the interplay of opposites. The Codex Gigas teaches us that the path to enlightenment is not a straight line, but a labyrinth where every turn reveals a new facet of the self. As you leave this exploration, carry this thought. The Codex Gigas is not locked in a distant library. It lives in you. Its pages are the questions you ask, the shadows you face, and the truths you uncover. Dare to open your own inner codex, to write your story with courage even when the ink feels touched by forces beyond your grasp. Let this ancient tome inspire you to seek, to question, and to create, knowing that the greatest mysteries are those we uncover within. What will you write on the pages of your soul? Step forward, seeker, and let the journey begin anew.
As we venture deeper into the Codex Gigas, the air grows thick with questions that linger like mist in a forgotten crypt. Why does a manuscript of sacred texts harbor a portrait of the devil? What hidden truths lie beneath its surface? And what do they reveal about the eternal struggle between light and shadow? In this second exploration, we peel back the Codex's enigmatic layers, uncovering its nuances, contradictions, and lesser-known aspects. Like a labyrinthine puzzle, the Codex Gigas challenges us to navigate its contradictions, revealing insights that resonate with esoteric wisdom and the human quest for meaning. One of the Codex's most perplexing aspects is its unity of opposites. The manuscript is a paradox, a sacred vessel containing profane elements, a monument to divine order adorned with an image of chaos. The devil's portrait, facing a depiction of the heavenly city is no mere artistic flourish. In esoteric traditions, such as those of the Kabbalists or alchemists, opposites are not enemies, but partners in a cosmic dance. The devil, in this context, is not simply evil, but a symbol of the shadow self, the untamed, questioning part of the psyche that drives us to seek beyond the permitted. The Codex Gigas, then, is a meditation on integration. To embrace wisdom, we must acknowledge the darkness within. This duality mirrors the alchemical process of nigredo, the blackening stage where the soul confronts its shadows to emerge transformed. Another nuance lies in the Codex's missing pages. Scholars note that several folios are absent, their removal shrouded in mystery. Some speculate these pages contained forbidden knowledge, perhaps spells, prophecies, or secrets too dangerous for mortal eyes. This absence is itself a teaching. In esoteric thought, what is hidden often holds as much power as what is revealed. Like the gaps in a dream, these missing pages invite us to fill them with our own understanding, to seek truth in the spaces between. Consider the analogy of a shattered mirror. The fragments reflect only parts of the whole, yet each piece holds a glimmer of the infinite. The Codex's omissions remind us that no single text, no matter how vast, can contain all truth. The manuscript's creation story also harbors contradictions. While the legend of the monk's pact with Satan captivates, historical analysis suggests the Codex was likely the work of a single scribe over decades, not a single night. This tension between myth and reality is itself esoteric. In spiritual traditions, from Sufism to Zen, stories are not judged by their literal truth, but by their capacity to awaken insight. The tale of Herman the Recluse serves as a koan, a riddle that forces us to question our assumptions. Did the monk truly summon Satan? Or was the devil his own relentless drive, his willingness to sacrifice everything for creation? This ambiguity invites us to ponder our own creative struggles, where inspiration feels both divine and perilous. Lesser-known aspects of the Codex further enrich its mystery. For instance, its medical texts and incantations reveal a practical side, blending science and magic in a way that defies modern categories. These sections include remedies for ailments and rituals to expel demons, reflecting a worldview where the physical and the spiritual were inseparable. This integration offers a practical lesson. To engage with the Codex's wisdom, we must bridge the material and the mystical. Try this exercise. Choose a personal challenge, be it physical, emotional, or intellectual, and approach it holistically. Journal about its roots, meditate on its deeper meaning, and take one small action to address it. Like the Codex's scribe, you'll find power in weaving the tangible with the unseen.
In the shadowed cloisters of a 13th-century Bohemian monastery, where candlelight flickered against stone walls, the Codex Gigas was born, a manuscript so monumental it seemed to defy the limits of human endeavor. Known as the Giant Book, this tome measures over 3 feet tall and weighs as much as a grown man. Its 310 vellum pages crafted from the hides of countless calves. But its size is only the beginning of its mystery. Legend whispers that a monk, condemned to a gruesome death, penned this work in a single night, aided by a force no mortal should invoke. To understand the Codex Gigas, we must step back into the medieval world, a time when the divine and the diabolical were as real as the air one breathed. The Codex Gigas emerged in the early 1200s, likely within the Benedictine monastery of Podlajic in what is now the Czech Republic. This was an era of fervent piety and unrelenting fear, where the church held sway over hearts and minds, and the specter of Satan loomed large. The manuscript itself is a compendium of sacred and secular knowledge, the Latin Vulgate Bible, historical chronicles, medical texts, and even spells to ward off evil. But its size is only the beginning of its mystery. Legend whispers that a monk, condemned to a gruesome death, penned this work in a single night, aided by a force no mortal should invoke. To understand the Codex Gigas, we must step back into the medieval world, a time when the divine and the diabolical were as real as the air one breathed. The Codex Gigas emerged in the early 1200s, likely within the Benedictine monastery of Podlajic in what is now the Czech Republic. This was an era of fervent piety and unrelenting fear, where the church held sway over hearts and minds, and the specter of Satan loomed large. The manuscript itself is a compendium of sacred and secular knowledge, the Latin Vulgate Bible, historical chronicles, medical texts, and even spells to ward off evil. But its size is only the beginning of its mystery. Legend whispers that a monk, condemned to a gruesome death, penned this work in a single night, aided by a force no mortal should invoke. To understand the Codex Gigas, we must step back into the medieval world, a time when the divine and the diabolical were as real as the air one breathed. The Codex Gigas emerged in the early 1200s, likely within the Benedictine monastery of Podlajic in what is now the Czech Republic. This was an era of fervent piety and unrelenting fear, where the church held sway over hearts and minds, and the specter of Satan loomed large. Philosophically, the Codex Gigas sits at the crossroads of light and shadow. In the medieval mind, knowledge was a divine gift, but its pursuit could lead to perilous temptation. The monk's alleged pact with Satan reflects a deeper tension, the quest for wisdom versus the risk of hubris. Esoteric traditions, from Hermeticism to early Christian mysticism, often grappled with this duality: how to seek truth without falling into the abyss. The Codex, with its blend of sacred scripture and arcane lore, embodies this paradox. It is a mirror of the soul's eternal struggle, a testament to humanity's hunger for understanding, even at the cost of divine favor. Historically, the Codex Gigas passed through many hands, from monasteries to the courts of emperors, eventually finding its home in Sweden's National Library after the 30 Years' War. Each transfer added to its mystique, as did tales of misfortune befalling those who possessed it. In the context of esoteric wisdom, the Codex Gigas is more than a book. It is a symbol of the forbidden, a reminder that knowledge can illuminate or consume. It draws from the same well as ancient texts like the Corpus Hermeticum or the grimoires of later occultists, which sought to bridge the mortal and the divine, often at great peril. Practically, the Codex Gigas invites us to reflect on our own pursuit of knowledge. What are we willing to sacrifice for understanding? How do we balance reverence for the sacred with curiosity for the unknown? As we explore this manuscript's secrets, consider this: the Codex Gigas is not just a relic of the past, but a living question, asking us to weigh the cost of wisdom against the allure of the abyss.